Hi, I'm Lucy Bloom and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do an easy care guide to Pilea peperomioides. I really hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, remember to subscribe. Okay, let's get going. So Pilea, otherwise known as Chinese money plant, as pancake plant, as UFO plant, as friendship plant, it's got a lot of common names. It burst onto the scene roughly 3 years ago now, thanks to Instagram. And at first, it was really hard to get your hands on it, and it was also quite expensive when you did. But now, thanks to cloning, there's a whole bunch of these things on the market. You can find them in supermarkets, in IKEAs, pretty much everywhere right now. But just because it's becoming more common doesn't mean it's any less charming. This plant is so easy to take care of. It produces a lot of pups, a lot of lovely leaves, and it's just a wonderful plant to have in your collection. Light-wise, like a lot of common houseplants, you're going to want to give it bright, indirect light. So where I keep mine is in a south-facing room that's lovely and sunny, but it's about 1 metre from the window, and it's also not getting any direct beams. Now, I know you're supposed to rotate your plant, and I do for most of mine, but sometimes I do forget. With Pilea, that is especially important. The reason for this is kind of twofold. Number one, it's just going to encourage growth in one part of the plant, and that could stretch the stem. It'll get a wee bit leggy, it might get a wee bit weak as well. And another reason is that you're encouraging uneven growth if you do not rotate that plant. What I mean from uneven growth is baldy bits. Now you can see this side here, lovely, luscious, but if I turn it around, it's got a wee bit of a gap, so you can kind of see it like that. Lots of growth here, kind of baldy back here. That means I've not been rotating mine enough. This is a quick fix though. All I need to do is turn it this direction and then it'll encourage more growth on this side. Rotate your plant, bright indirect light, and this will be totally fine light-wise. Pilea are a medium kind of need water-wise. What I mean by that is do not let it dry out completely, it hates that, but also do not let those roots kind of sit in water for days on end. It hates that too. It sounds quite complicated, but it's really not. In terms of how much I water this Pilea here, maybe in the summer months every 4-ish days. It just depends. This one here is quite small. It's not got that much soil there, so it's going to dry out quite quickly. It's also in a ceramic container. Anything ceramic, it's a breathable material, so it's going to lose water from the pot side as well. So 4 days kind of works out well for me. However, don't stick to a rota like with this and any other plant. Always feel the top of the soil. If it's feeling quite dry, go a wee bit deeper. If it's still dry, time to give it a water. If you've got a moisture meter, even better. It takes the guesswork out of it. It's essentially kind of plant raising, but cheating. I definitely encourage you to get a moisture meter. In terms of fertilizer, well, during the growing period, mid to late spring to summertime, you'd maybe want to fertilize it once a month. This one here, I fertilise maybe once every 2 or 3 months. I don't fertilise it that much and it is perfectly happy for it. You can see there's still a good amount of growth, but it also has these lovely, luscious, glossy leaves, so it's nice and healthy. The reason I don't fertilise mine too much is that I don't really want it exploding. I'm really happy with the size of my plant right now. I kind of like it this size. I want it to get a wee bit bigger, but nothing too much. So for me, once every 3 months is good, but if you want that extra growth, once every month, and it will eat that up. Pilea does flower, it really does. However, it doesn't do it very often. They produce these fabulous little sprays, they're absolutely wonderful, but sometimes it takes years to produce that. What it does do in order to reproduce is it has these pups. Now, what pups are is they're little clones of the mother plant. They have the exact same genetic material as the mother plant, and they just kind of come as little offshots. This one here, I got roughly a year ago now, it's just about a year, and I got it as a piddly wee thing, just about that size, and it had 3 tiny little leaves about the size of my thumbnail. And in that year, it has totally came into its own, it's totally blossomed, it's really big now. And now it's starting to produce its own little pups. So you can see here, they're wonderful little things. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 pups on this wee plant, and it's only roughly, I've had it for a year. It was about a month old when I got it, so a year and a few months old. That's how long it could take to produce these pups, and they take the effort out of propagating. How to propagate them is super duper easy. All you want to do is take the pups off and then put them into water or soil if that's what you'd like to do instead. So I've got the pup here. The deal with this when you want to take it off is to get as close to the mother plant as possible if it's an off shot of the mother plant. Some of them just stick out of the soil randomly. In that case, you just get as close to soil as possible or try and pluck them out. This one here is going to be really hard to get to the mother stem with, so I'm going to try and cut here. So you take a tool. I'm doing a knife here. It's a sharp knife. It's also been sterilised as well with isopropyl alcohol, but you can also do this with scissors if you're confident with scissors. Now I'm going to go in. It's just a quick, easy little cut like that. So there you go. That's a wee pup there. That's going to be a Pilea of its own. So I'm just going to take the soil off the bottom. You can see strangely it's actually got its own little roots there because it was trying to root onto the soil. And I'm going to put it into water because we're doing water propagation today. As you know, I'm a big fan of water propagation. I've got these funky little jugs here, and you just put them right in. No rooting hormone required, no nothing, just right in, and he will be totally fine. So in a matter of weeks, I would expect a few roots to come off of this, and when it has enough of a root system, I would be very confident potting this up. I know some people put it right into soil. I prefer to see those root growths, just to see its effort, to see it's working before I dare to do that. So that one there is perfectly fine. I'm going to put that down. These ones here, I can do the exact same for. As long as they've got that stalk, they are good to propagate. Okay, so that is a very basic care guide to Pilea. Also, how to do a wee smidge of propagation. These wee guys here will be very happy in here and should root up really super quickly. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, remember to like, subscribe, comment, etc. and have a lovely day. Okay, bye!